Hey everyone, it's John Selby with the Selby team here, back for a new market update. Here's the first update from Q4. I'm going to go through what we went, what's happened this year, 3/4 of the year already done, and kind of what I see happening for the end of the year, and just go through a couple key metrics here. Just want to remind you guys, we are doing an electronic recycling event this weekend at our, in Normal Heights. Just off of Adams Avenue, just electronics. So bring your items and come say hi. We're also going to be doing a raffle during that time for anybody who comes. So would love to see you there. If you got some e-waste that you want to get rid of, bring it by. We'll take it all. Look forward to seeing you guys then. So without further ado, let's jump into it here. Let me get my screen shared for you. All right. So I know everybody wants to know where the prices are here in San Diego. So let me shorten this time frame down to this year. Let's get a good glimpse or a good look at it right now. So median home price, we have seen it, a little steady decline. We saw a little bump in July, and then we've seen this come down just a touch, nothing significant. You'll notice here that, we had a peak in March, and then we actually beat that peak in July. So I think a lot of this was on optimism of rates coming down and whatnot. They did come down, but not drastically. If we look at the average, we're just seeing it bounce around here a little bit this year, but overall pretty steady. So, what does that mean? What are we seeing? We are seeing a decline in homes coming on the market, which is naturally going to mean there's a little bit less inventory and potentially less homes for people to look at, causing prices to go up just a touch. We are seeing also a slight decline in the active inventory. So we saw this pretty steady climb throughout the year. We reached a peak of about 7,600, and now we're slowly coming down on there. We've gone down over 1,000 homes active on the market, which doesn't sound like it's that much, but in San Diego, I mean, we've had this low inventory for quite a long time. So when we hit 7,000 homes, that's quite a bit. That's a lot of inventory for people to look at. I love to look at percent of original list price. This gives you really good context of what buyers are doing in the market right now, and kind of what that means. So percent of original list price here, we saw a dip. We reached the bottom in August. So homes, buyers and sellers were negotiating a lot here, and now we're seeing it come back up. We're at 98%, which means you can expect on average a home to sell for 2% below, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less in some of those situations. If we drilled this down to price point, we are seeing between $700 and $1 million. We are seeing a lot of multiple offer situations. So this is obviously taking into consideration that as well, and some going, selling for 6, 7, 8% below, just kind of depending. That's the median. The average isn't far behind. It's at 97%. So that's interesting. Active days on market, I love to see this. Steady incline. Right around 22 days is where we've peaked out, and we've seen this level out for the last 2 months. We are seeing inventory picking up, so I would expect this will probably level out for now. We might see it decline a little bit, but we're also heading into the holidays, and holidays, things do tend to slow down just naturally, so that could happen. However, talks of rates coming down could continue to fuel that market just a little bit to keep buyers motivated and excited. If you look at the average, it's a little bit longer, 30 days. So to our seller clients, homes are still staying on the market a little bit longer, but they are selling, they are moving. Buyers, there are still deals out there for you, but don't think every house that's on the market is going to sell for a discount, because there are multiple offers out there as well. So really what we're seeing here in the detached market, it's really holding its ground for the most part. There are exceptions to that, but it's holding its ground, and prices have pretty much stayed pretty level. In the condos and the attached home market, that market definitely has softened more than the single family home market. So we are seeing inventory grow there, which is causing sellers to have to negotiate a little bit more. And yeah, that's really where we're at overall. We're at an overall market action of 47, which it still indicates a strong seller's market. Although, we're telling our clients, sellers and buyers, everything is case by case. We need to look at the current situation with what's going on with that specific house to determine, what kind of a market it's in. So that pretty much covers the report for this month. Please don't forget about our electronic recycling. We'd love to see you there. And say hi. If you can't make that Sunday, we are doing an open house at one of our listings, so you can find the details here in the email. We'll see you then.